5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You blitz all night. And if they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out.
Hey, the blitz is coming, boys.
What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of The Blitz. I'm your host, William Spencer, and this show is to provide you with the latest and greatest in news, tips, tricks, and advice to get you ready for another week of fantasy football in just 5 minutes or less. Now, in today's episode, I'm switching gears to talk about the Dallas Cowboys Week 6 game against the Carolina Panthers, aka the Rico Dowdle revenge game. So in this episode, it'll be a special edition of The Blitz called the Cowboys Corner. But before we get into the episode, make sure that you're following the Fantasy's Finest YouTube channel for the latest episodes of The Blitz. And you can also find The Blitz in audio format on your favorite podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. So head on over to those sites, hit the follow button, and subscribe to the Fantasy's Finest podcast and The Blitz. And as well, make sure that you like, share, and comment on the podcast episode, as it allows us to see what you guys like, and it helps us grow the channel via the algorithms. Now, with all that good stuff out of the way, let's get into this special episode of The Blitz, the Cowboys Corner, and talk about this game in Week 6. Now, let me say this. The Dallas Cowboys should not have lost this game. However, this game highlights just how poor the Cowboys defense is. The hiring of defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus is off to a horrific start. And the trading of Micah Parsons is looking even worse, as Jerry Jones tried to use the trade as a guise to say that it would improve the run game. Well, guess what, Jerry? You're wrong. Now, according to Pro Football Reference, the Cowboys run game, or the Cowboys run defense rather, ranks third worst in rushing yards allowed at 142.2 yards per game. They also rank 31st in points allowed at nearly 31 points per game. That's ridiculous. The Cowboys are also allowing 4.7 yards per attempt to opposing running backs so far this season. Now, to be honest, it's really frustrating to watch, because in the beginning of the season, the Cowboys were giving it up through the air, and now they're giving it up on the ground. Rico Dowdle already warned the Cowboys that he was putting them on notice, telling them to buckle up after the Panthers won their game against the Miami Dolphins. Then he proceeded to make good on his word and ran wild the entire game against the Cowboys. This dude ran for 183 yards on 30 freaking carries. Then said, yo, check out my versatility. And then he added another 56 receiving yards and a touchdown to boot. Now, don't get me wrong. If you had Dowdle on your fantasy team, you were definitely on the happy side, because he did finish as the RB2 for Week 6. Dowdle, though, got his revenge on the Cowboys, and he got the dub. Now, the Cowboys are left picking up the pieces of their defense heading into Week 7. Now, the Cowboys have some major issues to fix, as they now have a 2-3-1 record, and they rank third in the division, even after every other team lost in the division except the freaking Giants. And I can't even be happy about the Eagles taking an L, because they lost to the Giants to begin with. And what makes this even worse is that Dak Prescott is playing he's playing some of the best ball that he's ever played in his career. After 6 games, Dak ranks second in passing yards, second in passing touchdowns, has just 3 interceptions on the season, ranks 9th in passer rating at 104.6, and he's second in QBR at 79.2. Dak is literally having an MVP type season and is being wasted because the Cowboys defense can't get it together. But if the Cowboys can't mount some quality wins or wins period, it will all be a waste of another season, thanks to Jerry Jones and his poor team building and emotionally charged impulse decisions. The Cowboys need a real GM who can make moves in the modern era of the NFL. What Jerry is doing just doesn't work, no matter how much he wants it to. If the Cowboys truly want to have a chance at winning another Super Bowl, someone has to put Jerry in a room and tell him to hand the keys over to the team. The GM keys, that is. But that's it for this episode of The Blitz, the Cowboys Corner, special episode. Thank you for checking out the episode. As always, make sure that you're subscribed to the Fantasy's Finest YouTube channel or follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, so you don't miss out on all this goodness. Until the next time, see you guys in the next episode.
Yo, come back now, you hear?